I bet you didn't think you'd see me for like another month or something. No, I'm actually uploading a video at an acceptable rate after my last video. So for context, I am recording this on Sunday. So I think this is the day my last video went up. So you're probably gonna see this on like a Tuesday. Just in case if anything else happens in this kind of situation that we're gonna be talking about today, I'll probably drop it in the comments. But this is more of a serious topic to talk about, and something that I don't think I have talked about on the channel before. It's definitely something I did want to shed light on eventually, kind of going over the kind of ugly truths about certain characters in the community and kind of things they've done. But this is about doxing. So if you don't know what doxing is, this is pretty much like, you know, exposing private information to people, you know, whether it be their full name, you know, legal name, addresses, you know, other personal information like phone numbers or anything like that. That's kind of what it is, you know, spreading that information about somebody online. You know, that's what doxing somebody is. You know, I'll put the Google definition on screen as I'm talking about this. I'm sure that's explained in a much better way. And you're probably wondering, Keck, why are you talking about doxing? This is Animal Jam. Surely people aren't going to dox people over Animal Jam. Oh boy, you would be surely mistaken if you think that. Matter of fact, this is something that has happened a lot during the you know, game and community, I guess, for years now. It's just this kind of case of it where it's happening in game is kind of weird, and it really grabbed my attention to the point where like, okay, yeah, I should probably make a video about this because it's really concerning actually. So just a few days ago, animaljam streamers started getting masterpieces in game from a person named Cool Guy is Cool or Cool Girl is Cool with numbers after it. I would show one of their usernames, but they have legitimately probably over 100 accounts with different numbers after the username. So I'm just saying for, you know, reference, if you see Cool Guy or Cool Girl is Cool, it probably is this person. And what they are doing is they're going around to animaljam streamers and doxing them, and then using a third-party program to import an image of their houses into the game and getting the masterpiece approved and then sending it to them. Now, I just listened back to what I said and it sounds so deranged, first of all, that this is happening, but second of all, the fact that this is actually happening is also really concerning because it's Animal Jam, obviously. So I know there was like some kind of announcements going out around on Discord about it. I'll throw that one on screen right now, but from what I know, this kind of started the message here saying the masterpiece viewer or something is grabbing IPs and addresses of people. That's not true. I don't think that's something that is even possible from utilizing that tool. So if you don't know, there is some kind of masterpiece viewer tool that's online as a website, which from what I know is just grabs people's in-game usernames on animaljam and then views it. You know, the masterpiece is attached to their username. So from what I know, it doesn't grab anything to do with the person using the website. Regardless, you shouldn't be using tools like that, bottom line, but whoever is behind this whole doxing thing anyway has no affiliation with that website, and I can promise you that much anyway. And you know, I would like to show an example of this happening, but no, I can't really do that. I'm not gonna show somebody's house just to show you what's going on with this situation. So for this, we're gonna use this amazing masterpiece. Pretend this is my house. This is actually where I live, guys. I live on the Pop-Tart cat flying through the sky. You can actually see through there. That's my window. It's where my room is. But pretend this is, you know, my house. You know, they just would send it like this, where the, you know, the item would be here and the streamer or whoever they're doing it to would just open it up and then see it's their house or whatever. And if you're wondering how they dox these people, I can't really say how. Usually I know, I kind of know what's going on with these situations when I make videos on them, but this time I'm kind of stumped, guys, because, you know, with the doxing, you can search people's names up and try find something, you know, kind of tied to it or something. You know, the only other piece of information I would have to assume is probably something to do with the animaljam breach from years ago that might have some addresses linked to it, because I know some billing information was affected by it, but that's also assuming that all these streamers also were affected by the breach and also had their billing information in that breach. So I don't really know if that's even the case either. Kind of hard to say say how they're actually doxing them in this case. As for how they're getting their images in game, they're just screenshotting Google Maps. They're, you know, using Google Maps to visit their address and then screenshotting it. And from what I know, they're just importing the image into Photoshop and applying an effect on it and then saving it as a new image. Then utilizing a third-party program to convert the PNG image into an AJ art file image. Because if you don't know, if you actually go to the Animaljam Art Studio right now, you actually try to import a image into the tool as an actual PNG. I'm just going to use the last video's thumbnail because convenience. If you try to open it here, it's just not going to let you. Actually, okay, I thought that crashed my game for a second. That's typically what happens. So they have to convert it to the AJ art file that Animaljam uses for masterpieces being saved to your computer. And, you know, we've talked about that on the channel before. I made a video about that like 4 years ago at this point, and it's kind of funny to think the information in that video is still relevant to this day. If you want more information on how you can, you know, do that or how that works anyway, I advise checking out that video. If you want to know how to convert images to masterpieces yourself, you're out of luck. I'm not teaching you how to do that or how to find the programs to do that even. That's against the rules and you will get banned for doing it. But let's talk about what happens with these images or these masterpieces now of people's homes, essentially. It's kind of weird to think about, you know, that an image of your house might exist in game as a masterpiece if you were an Animaljam streamer. And realistically, there's nothing you yourself could probably do about it as a streamer other than just report the masterpiece. I feel like people forget about that fact that masterpieces do actually have a report function in the bottom right of it, and you can report it for being inappropriate or personal info is probably your best bet. And, you know, once you report it, Animaljam will come across it eventually, and, you know, what will happen to the masterpiece? It'll either get deleted or the actual image of the masterpiece itself will go to pitch black like this. I don't have a pitch black masterpiece, but it'll pretty much show up like this, and the person that made it probably will get banned. So whatever account they use will get banned. This is something they started doing when masterpieces were getting their likes botted, which I actually don't know if it still exists. Okay, it very well still does, but very few masterpieces that got botted that actually happened to. So I'm just saying that as a comparison. But as for the average Animaljam player, you're probably not going to have this happen to you. You know, you're not going to have to worry about something like this happening to you. It seems like whoever is behind this is just targeting Animaljam streamers because they probably give reactions, because obviously if you see a masterpiece of your house that you're in game, you are going to have some kind of reaction to it, obviously. So obviously the first kind of thing I can suggest if you are an Animaljam streamer, don't interact with any kind of suspicious looking accounts. Obviously, you know, the cool guys, cool usernames, that's kind of a dead giveaway, but new jammer accounts are also pretty suspicious. Chances are, if you're an Animaljam streamer, most of the people in your stream are going to be Animaljam players, like actual veteran Animaljam players. They're not going to be new jammers and new to the game that just started today and they're just visiting your stream straight away. So most of the time you can just assume new jammers are probably going to be suspicious people at the very least. Second off, would be best looking up your information online, like your username, to see if it's attached to any database breaches and see if it is, if you're affected by anything, and to, you know, kind of change any information you possibly can if it is affected by some database breaches. I'd recommend using Have I Been Pwned. That's kind of the best source to see if you have been affected by any database breaches. I think Animaljam themselves even recommended that back when Animaljam did face its database breach, although way back in 2020 as well. And third of all, if worst case scenario this does actually happen to you, just try to keep calm and collected. I know that's easier said than done. Just keep calm and collected and just try to not give a reaction or just pretend it's not your house. Because while obviously this person, whoever is behind this, is doing it for reaction, the worst thing they can get is no reaction and you pretending that it isn't your house at all if it is actually your house. Personally, I have seen 2 confirmed cases of this actually happening where somebody has had this happen to them in game, both streamers. So it's obviously very concerning, and I assume that number has probably been, you know, more than 2 people happening it to anyway, because this many people are talking about it, it seems. Like, I kid you not, I said, when I say I've got like several DMs about this over people freaking out. But lastly, if you're an Animaljam streamer and you're worried about this happening to you, maybe the best point forward right now is just kind of taking a break, avoiding stuff like this as a whole. If there are kind of perpetrators like this kind of lurking around, it might be best just to stomp the brakes for right now and, you know, come back, you know, because Animaljam is still going to be here later on, but it's better to value your privacy and put that above else over anything else, you know, in this game. So just stay safe kind of thing. Otherwise, use the kind of same old tactics you usually would. 2-factor authentication just in case things might go south. Long and hard passwords, all that jazz. But I mean, if you're a Cat AJ viewer, you probably know all this anyway. But yeah, when I first saw this, I didn't believe it actually at first, like, because it's a genuinely really weird situation to be informed about, obviously. Whoever's behind this is obviously, as I said, very deranged, but look, I think the best thing forward is addressing this and then ignoring the whole situation, letting Animaljam deal with it, because from what I know, Animaljam is aware about this. Apparently some people have contacted police over it. I don't know if police can really do anything about it in this case, but Animaljam can help in this case anyway, just banning the people involved, as in the people, you know, making the masterpieces or whatever, and you know, deleting them from the game, so no more people's you know, privacy is kind of obstructed, I guess. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up it here. Kind of a doozy one, you know, it's not something, you know, you really want to talk about in a video, but you know, sometimes you gotta talk about those uncomfortable truths in Animaljam, you know, keep everybody safe, you know, just keep an eye out, and yeah, if you guys see anything else, do let me know, or drop it down in the comments. I'll give it a quick little heart as well so people do know. We'll be back to our regular scheduled programming in the next video. Until then, catch you guys later.